Welcome back to Game Crunch, everyone, keeping you up to date with the latest in the video game world. Now today, we're going to go over a couple of the biggest topics happening today in the gaming space, including, if you're a fan of the Pokemon trading card game scene, well, it looks like some of the Pokemon centers around the world are starting to actually open the big boxes of booster packs ahead of time to kind of thwart scalpers from reselling them. We'll get into the details of that and how that might affect you here in just a second. And then on top of that, we keep seeing the death of a lot of live service games, and we're looking at the death of yet another one with a fairly big name attached to it, showing that even with a big name, live service games, kind of risky, not always safe. But of course, if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest in the video game world, consider giving Game Crunch a subscribe. Really helps the channel grow. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all the new viewers that have been coming in. And without further ado, let's just get straight into today's topics. So first up, Pokemon trading card game fans, if you've been trying to get your hands on any of those booster boxes lately, you've probably seen how bad it's been getting due to scalpers. Well, the Pokemon Company is taking even stronger steps to fight back. For a while now, Pokemon centers in Japan have been removing the plastic wrapping from their sealed booster boxes when customers buy them. The reason? Makes it harder for scalpers to resell these boxes at crazy marked up prices because collectors can't be sure that those packs inside have not been tampered with. Now, this anti-scalping policy has officially spread outside of Japan for the first time. The Pokemon Center in Singapore has started doing the exact same thing, removing the shrink wrap from boxes of English TCG products, specifically ahead of the highly anticipated Journey Together set. So if you're grabbing cards from their store, you'll notice that the outside plastic film is gone, though the individual packs inside still remain sealed and untouched. While some collectors who like to keep products sealed are not thrilled about it, the majority of fans see it as a smart move to discourage scalping. And with the Journey Together shaping up to be one of the must-have sets of the year, it makes sense they're taking those extra precautions. Early previews of the set have already highlighted its brand new Trainer's Pokemon mechanic and some stunning card art. The Singapore store says it will continue this no plastic wrap policy until further notice. Now, I'm not really a Pokemon card collector myself. I have not collected Pokemon cards since I was a child, though I do still have my Pokemon card collection from when I was a kid with a nice little, basically mint condition holographic Charizard that I've been sitting on, waiting until it gets more and more and more valuable as it has over time. But the main concern here is how long before this, makes its way outside of Singapore and Japan. Will North American stores start adopting this policy of opening these booster boxes ahead of time? Because I don't know, you may have missed it over the weekend, but there was a TikTok or Facebook reel that was going around. There was a fight outside of, I think it was a Costco or something, over Pokemon card packs. Maybe I'll try and find the video and put it here up on the screen. It was kind of funny, actually. But anyway, let's just hope that this policy doesn't make it over, unless, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's bad for some people if you're like a hardcore collector, you want to keep it sealed, and then on the other hand, if you're not really that hardcore of a collector, you just want to be able to get your cards, then maybe this is a good thing. Well, moving on, for all the players out there who've been playing Star Wars Hunters, all 3-4 of you, you might be a little bit disappointed. Zynga has just announced they'll be shutting the game down completely by the 1st of October of 2025, this year, less than 2 years after its full release. Star Wars Hunters launched in June of just last year, 2024, on the Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. It's a free-to-play arena combat game set between episodes 6 and 7 of the Star Wars timeline. But despite all the hype leading up to its launch, the game received mixed reviews, with the Switch version sitting at a low 57 on Metacritic. Zynga revealed that the game's final content update will drop on April 15th. After that, you're going to get no new content, and the servers go off completely in October. They're also turning off all in-app purchases on April 15th, but there's a kicker. They've confirmed they won't be doing any refunds for season passes or premium currency players that have already bought. Their reasoning is that the 30-day notice before disabling those purchases gives players enough time to spend any remaining in-game currency or max out the current season pass. For context, Star Wars Hunters had a pretty rough development. Its soft launch all the way back in 2021 in a handful of countries, but kept facing delays before finally launching globally in 2024. Unfortunately, it seems like it just never found a big enough audience to sustain it. And we just keep seeing this with all the live service stuff. I mean, every company, you can't blame them because every company wants their Fortnite, and you can't blame them because then it's just a money printer at that point. This is a risk that they're willing to take. But this just goes to show how oversaturated this whole market is, especially for games like Star Wars Hunters, which is kind of like an arena, battle arena sort of game, and which has never really been my forte. I don't care, but there's just so many of them out there, and it just goes to show that even with a big name like Star Wars attached to an arena shooter battle game, it's still got a really high chance of failing. And that's all the news I've got for you today, so of course let me know what your thoughts are down below. Are you trying to get one of these Pokemon trading card booster boxes? And hopefully if you're one of those collectors, I'd try and get it real soon, because there's a chance some of these North American stores might start opening their plastic wrap too. And then let me know, were you one of the 7 or 8 Star Wars Hunters players? Let me know down below if you're a little salty about this game shutting down. And in case you missed the last news video, I'm gonna put a video over here and another video you might like over here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.